What's good, people? It's Ocean here. Welcome back to the Ocean Podcast. Today we have got Fabian Mazur. Fabian Mazur is a producer based out of Copenhagen, Denmark. He primarily does EDM music and he's toured the world as a DJ as well. And he's dropped like over 20 packs on Splice. I discovered him on YouTube quite a long time ago when he was vlogging, and I just really wanted to have a conversation with him. So yeah, this episode is a really good one. If you're on your phone and you're listening to the podcast, take a screenshot, post it on your story on Instagram, tag me at ProdByOcean, and I'm going to be reposting everyone. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let's get straight into it.
Ocean gang or drown.
What's good, people? It's Ocean here. Welcome back to the Ocean Podcast. Today we got a special guest. We got Fabian Mazur. What's good, bro?
What up? Glad to be here, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for jumping on, taking the time out your day. 'Cause I know you're a busy man setting up your new home and everything, your new studio.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
I've been
sir.
seeing the progress on Instagram, and it's looking crazy right now.
Definitely getting somewhere, yeah. I actually have electricity and lighting and all, so it's amazing, man. It's been rough couple of months here, not being able to produce.
Oh damn! So like you had to take a step back from making the music and that.
Yep. Yeah, I had almost 2 months without a studio, without electricity, nothing. It was awful, man.
Damn. That's mad. What you was building your studio like completely from scratch, right? Like the actual.
Completely from scratch. Yeah, exactly. So everything is almost there now. Like all I need is a little bit more isolation, acoustic treatment, and I got like a desk and a couch coming and stuff. So it's almost there. I can
Yeah.
work now.
Oh,
So
that's good.
that's
Then.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But before we get into like more on the studio and the new moves and that, let's take it back all the way to the beginning. Young Fabian, how did you get into music and all that kind of stuff?
All right, gotcha. All right, so I was born and raised in Copenhagen, and I have an American mother and a Danish father, and both of them met through music, and they are jazz musicians, both of them.
Okay.
So yeah, I grew up touring a lot with my mom and pops.
Yeah.
So like music was always really close to me, and I guess when I was a teenager, I found out that like I wanted to do music, of course, because like mom and dad did music, and I mean, as a kid growing up in Denmark, all you wanted to do was just play soccer, football. But like when I was a teenager, I started messing around with beats and quickly got the hang of it, and I figured out it was pretty fun, and I wanted to pursue music.
Yeah.
So I started DJing. A friend of mine was DJing a lot of like EDM house stuff back when it was like on the come up there. Swedish House Mafia and all that. We started DJing a lot out in Copenhagen. I also did a lot of hip hop gigs as well, because like I grew up on hip hop and jazz and soul and stuff like that. So like on the side of DJing throughout my teenage years, I produced a little bit in Sony Acid Pro.
I've never heard of that before.
You never heard of that? It's like the old
Nah.
Sony DAW. It's crazy, yeah.
Wow. I didn't even know Sony had a door like that.
Yeah, I don't know if it still exists actually, but it was really dope back then. But yeah, I was a Sony Acid. Messed around with that for a couple of years. Got Logic when I was like 20 or something.
Yeah.
And now
So,
I'm
so
like
when you was
10
doing
years
Sony
into the game.
Acid, how like what years was that?
I think it was around like 2005 or 6 until
okay.
2010, 11-ish.
Yeah.
And then I've been on Logic ever since.
Yeah. So was you trained in jazz music when you was younger? Like was you taking lessons and stuff?
I wish I was, man. I really wish I was. My mom tried to like pursue, like she tried to push me to like play piano, play drums, all that. And I was just like, I wanted to, but I also wanted to just hang out with my friends, man. So
Yeah, I feel you
I
on that
never
one.
really got the hang of it, man. I should have.
Yeah.
So I'm not musically trained at all. I'm like straight out the YouTube university, learned everything from tutorials and
For real.
yeah, like a lot of us.
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly how I learned everything. All through YouTube, to be fair.
Exactly. Me too, man.
Yeah, man. You're one of the few producers that I know who actually uses Logic. Most producers that I know are all on like FL or Ableton.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because like I'm a lot into the EDM industry or the
Yeah,
EDM community, and all the producers there are on Ableton. And all
yeah,
the hip hop guys I know, Fruity Loops.
yeah. FL for sure.
It's crazy. I love the interface and like the look of FL.
Of FL.
Yeah.
Okay. To be
I
honest, I don't like it at all. Apart from the drum sequencer, the drum sequencer is
Yeah,
sick,
exactly.
but
Exactly.
everything
That's what
else,
I
like,
love about it.
yeah,
Yeah. That's true.
Ableton just
I would never
looks.
switch though. I'm like Logic. I'm so deep in Logic that I could
Yeah,
never work in any other DAW.
that's exactly how I feel. I tried the FL Studio, and I was like, nah. And then Ableton, because I mean, there's something that all the Ableton users say is like once they switch to Ableton, that's it. It's apparently like the
Yeah.
best or whatever. But I don't know. I just find
Yeah,
it too
I've
ugly.
heard that as well. Yeah, I agree, man. It's not for me either. I did try it out at one point, but not for me. Nope.
Yeah, man. No, Logic is. I don't know. I just find it very simple, in a
Yep.
way.
It's very intuitive, especially when you know it
Yeah.
all and like the subtle changes they do with each update. It makes you still like you mastered it, and then you can stay there. Like you know everything. That's
Yeah,
what I love about
100%.
Logic. And they're getting better. Like the new update included a lot of dope stuff.
Yeah, for real. They've even got like a good drum sequencer now.
Yep.
I just never use it still, but like it's good if you're a
Yeah,
beginner.
me neither. But it's good to know that it's there. Like the new
Yeah.
sampler is pretty dope as well.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's way better than the what was it, the EX2?
Yeah, the EXS. Oh,
That was horrible.
yep.
But yeah, man, so you're in a very different world because you do EDM and like DJing and stuff like that. That's completely like almost foreign to me. That
Yeah.
whole side of things. So I don't know. It's such a different game. What kind of like drew you to that, and how do you like? How was that lifestyle?
Yeah, it's funny you asked that. I think like I grew up on a mix of my friends listening to EDM and me more like diving into hip hop and R&B and stuff like that. That was closer to like my jazz background. But I feel like at one point EDM just got so popular, especially here in Copenhagen, in Denmark in general, that like if you were a DJ and wanted to make a living, you had to be good at DJing EDM. And I think I just fell in love with seeing the energy that EDM brings to people, like the build-ups and the drops.
Yeah.
Like I love seeing that out live, and I guess that's why I started producing EDM. But it's a very different world from everything else. Like you have producers being artists and like releasing songs in their own name and stuff like that.
Yeah. Which is really
Yeah, I think I
cool
was
because it's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you
It's
have
really
the
dope.
ownership. You're kind of like you don't have to rely on anyone. You're just you.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I think the thing that drew me to EDM was definitely the energy and like being able to combine different genres in one. 'Cause like my recent stuff are like it's almost hip hop records, but then it has like the EDM format, so it's like verse, build, drop, instead of being just verse, hook.
So say that again. So verse, beat, and then drop. That's how it goes.
Yeah, verse, build up, and then
Build.
drop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Because when I see EDM producers produce as well, a funny thing that I notice is that they take days, weeks on just one track,
Yeah.
which is insane to me because I don't know how you can sit there and hear the same thing over and over and over again compared to like someone who's just making a beat for an artist is literally like
Yeah.
you can do like 5 in a day, 10 in a day.
All right, I want to be honest with you. I'm not one of those guys that like sit and do the sound design for like 3 weeks, just like bleep blopping all the way through. I'm more of a like couple of sessions guy, but I do know people in the industry that like honestly they can do sound design on a track for like I don't know 3 or 4 weeks or something. It's crazy.
What is it that makes it take so long? Are they literally creating their own sound from like complete scratch, like taking a sine wave and molding it or something? Like what? I don't understand how it takes so long.
Yeah, I think a lot of the like the nerdy EDM producers out there who do stuff like that are like creating everything from scratch, and they want to create unique sound design. So they want to like pull in wavetables in synthesizers and do like unique modulation of those waveforms to get like unique sounds that you haven't heard anywhere else. And I guess that's why it's taken them so long.
Okay, but is that
So
kind
they're
of
like the purists.
yeah. But is that, I don't know. I guess that's obviously really respected in the producer community, like the EDM producer community, when you got something completely new. But
Yeah, it is.
is that kind of, I don't know, does that make you successful in a way in terms of like getting an audience and that? Do the general audience pick up on this kind of stuff?
Honestly, no. I don't think the general audience picks up on it, but like the producer community and the EDM community definitely do. But I also think we're talking about a niche here. Like we're talking about the very few producer listeners who are like, oh, I wonder how he made that synth. That's so unique. I love that guy. Blah blah blah. Like from hearing a song with a unique sound design. But like a lot of EDM is about sound design. But I wouldn't say that it's all about just like having unique synthesizer sounds.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. And so in the EDM world, I guess like once you have your song, the main thing to do is just like DJ and tour and stuff like that, right? That's kind of like the lifestyle.
Exactly. Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of that. Like 2017 and 18, I played a lot of shows. Mainly like Asia, Germany, Holland. Around in Europe basically. And it's a weird culture, man. You play in front of a club like at night. You play like the 3 to 4 a.m. slot or something, and energy is crazy. And then it's weird because you DJ. You don't play an instrument. You basically just play MP3s of your own music combined with everyone else's.
Okay.
It's kind of a weird thing, man. But I mean, I love it. I love playing shows. I haven't played a show in like a year or something, but it's really dope. But it's definitely different from any other musical world.
Yeah, that's why I find it so interesting because it's just its own beast, I guess. It's its own thing. So what? Do you literally just stand there? Well, not stand there. I mean, you're performing, but you just play your own tracks and then just get the crowd going and.
Yeah, exactly. So with me, it's a little bit different because I do all my own vocals. So I basically also perform like vocally when I'm playing live. So I like do the hyping, rap the verses, all of that. But like, say for instance, you have a techno DJ or a house DJ. Like he literally comes with his USB sticks and his headphones and doesn't say anything on the mic or anything. He's basically just playing house tunes and building a vibe from that.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds very niche when I talk about it like that. I guess it is, but like house
kind
music
of not
is so
because
huge.
it's huge. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, yeah, that's crazy. So where's like the most interesting places that you've DJ'd? What's been like the best and the worst places?
I think, to be honest, the worst place, if we start off with that, is Denmark, my home country.
Damn, really?
We honestly, our scene for EDM music and basically just music in general is so poor. Like it's a small country, but if you get outside of the capital, honestly, I would be able to sell, I don't know, 10 tickets or something. Like the cities are so small and the scenes are so small that we don't have any kind of scene for electronic music at all.
Wow. So what's like the most popular?
Right now, it's just like pop music, to be honest, man.
Fair. Yeah.
Because we're such a small country. I've played a lot of very bad shows in Denmark with like 20 to 30 people in a small club in some random city. But yeah, let's talk about the good shows. I think my favorite show either has to be in Shanghai in China or in Mumbai in India.
Okay, man, that sounds crazy.
One of those two.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. They live it over there. Like they live it. It's crazy. They knew every song from like every word from the songs, even though we're talking like EDM songs. It's crazy. But that was definitely one of my better experiences as a
Yeah.
touring artist, DJ.
Yeah, man. That sounds like an amazing experience to have.
Yeah, it was crazy, man.
But since like because with like all the quarantine and all the lockdown and the coronavirus stuff, I'm guessing because no one can perform right now, in it. So
Yeah, yeah.
is that like a massive hit to the EDM community then?
Definitely. I know so many like EDM producers right now who are struggling. And like it's pretty crazy because a lot of the EDM community or like the producers make
Mm-hmm.
all of their money from touring.
Mm.
And it's hard to see like the industry struggle like that. And like I'm very blessed to be able to still make a living off music because I have sample packs in a lot of like self-released music that earn me royalties.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a lot of friends who are depending on touring and not making any money right now, which is hard.
Yeah,
So it
I
definitely
can
hit
imagine.
yeah, it definitely hit the community hard.
So what's some ways that people have, I guess, tried to pivot? Have people tried to do live streams and performances like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, a
Yeah,
lot of live streams, a lot of Twitch, a lot of
true.
like
Yeah, everyone's doing
GoFundMe,
Twitch.
Patreons, all that, yeah.
Mm. Have you tried to do any of that, like live streaming your shows or anything?
Not really. I did live stream one or two shows during like the bad corona crisis.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't really an option for me because I don't have the equipment and I was building a house, so it yeah,
Yeah.
wasn't really an option for me.
No, that's fair. Damn.
But yeah, I started like an Instagram live thing where I interview people every Tuesday. So I've been
Mm-hmm.
going live for 19 Tuesdays in a row now.
Okay. Yeah, man. So you're saying basically the scene in Denmark is not the best.
Yeah.
And I know from that I've seen your vlogs and stuff like that. You travel around a lot. You travel to LA quite a bit. So how comes I don't know what makes you stay in Denmark rather than I don't know moving to LA or something like that?
Yeah. Honestly, I thought about the whole LA move a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a manager in LA. I have like all the writers I work with are in LA, and I'm signed to Red Bull Music Publishing in LA.
Mm-hmm.
So at one point, I was really like, okay, I'm gonna move to LA, gonna make this music career happen, all of that. And then like
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time there, and I was just, I don't know, man. I miss Denmark. Like I missed the small country of Denmark, man. LA was too, I don't want to say pretentious, but it was very it has a very very special vibe to it, and you
Mm-hmm.
really got to be able to live it if you're over there. And honestly, I couldn't see myself living there.
Mm.
I like Copenhagen, man. Just being close to the family, friends, being able
Yeah.
to hop on a bike, go everywhere. Um, it's safe here, all of that, man. It's just, yeah. I did contemplate moving to LA.
Mm-hmm.
You've been to LA, right?
Yeah, yeah. I know. I kind of see what you mean by like the special vibe and like.
Yeah.
I do think it is pretentious though, in a way,
Yeah, it is,
but
right?
I think so for sure. Like, you know what? Yeah, I'm saying it. Yeah, I think it. I think it's got a very pretentious kind of vibe to it. But like, if you can be that kind of person that kind of thrives in that situation if it's for you, innit?
Yeah, exactly. I know a
Yeah,
lot of people who are like very fast-paced persons.
yeah,
They're like the people's like text me at 3 a.m. in the morning, like, yo, we got a session at this studio, pull up. And I'm always like, no, I'm sleeping. It's 3 a.m. And they're like a lot of people in LA are like that. And
hmm
it leads to a lot of cuts over there. I mean, that's how you
yeah,
get money in LA, basically.
yeah. Literally,
And I
a
was
lot.
I
A lot of it
respect
is
that.
spontaneous.
Yeah, exactly. And I respect that a lot. Like I know a lot of people who are like grinding 2 sessions a day for like years over there.
Damn.
It's just not for me, man.
Yeah, I guess it depends on like what you want to do. I have this
Yeah.
kind of almost like an internal kind of battle in my head where some days I think like yeah like let's move let's go there let's live
Yeah.
that life let's be in the thick of it, but then sometimes I'm like, you know what, I like here in a way, like I like
Yep. Same.
just it's fast, but it's much slower than being in LA, I guess. If that makes
Exactly.
sense.
Wait a minute. Where are you based in the UK?
So I'm from London, but right now I'm living in Manchester.
Manchester. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but
I remember you saying that in one of the videos.
yeah, but as soon as my lease is here until January, so as soon as it ends, I'm 90% sure that I'm gonna move back to London because I feel like
Gotcha.
there's just way more opportunity in London in terms of just like the British music scene.
Yeah, I could imagine, definitely.
Yeah, and
It's
I mean
also
that's home.
way bigger city, right?
Oh yeah, wait, like Manchester. I don't know what's Denmark's second city. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, you have no idea. It's called Aarhus, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of that. It's probably
Oh,
a
you heard of
similar
it?
level of Aarhus then.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably.
it's good. It's a vibe here. There's a lot of artists coming out of here, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The weather is so shit, man. It rains all the
Oh,
time in
dude,
Manchester.
tell me about it, man. I live in Denmark. It rains 277 days a year here.
Whoa. Okay, that's definitely wow. That could be worse. That could be worse than here. I thought Denmark was like nice in the summer but snowy in the winter.
It is, but it's still raining. It rains so much here, man. It's depressing.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. You know, I first actually saw you on YouTube because your vlogs kept popping up on my YouTube. You know, like in the recommendations.
crazy.
Yeah,
Damn,
like
shout out to the algorithm.
for real, they were pushing you like maybe it was a year or two ago when you was doing them consistently. They kept on like pushing it, and I was like, okay, let's just check this out. And then I started watching them. I was like, damn, like this is a vibe because you was always traveling, always eating oatmeal.
Yeah, exactly. That was a life back then, man. Funny thing is though, how I discovered you is you popped up on the front page of my YouTube.
Damn, see, YouTube blessing
Yep.
us.
Yep, the algorithm, man, it's crazy.
For real, man. I saw in your vlogs because you're always eating healthy. You're having the oatmeal and shit. You're big into fitness, so let's talk about that for a minute. Like,
Let's do it, man.
are you like a proper gym head? You go to the gym all the time and that?
Yeah, every day, man. It's
Every day, damn.
Yeah, I've been doing 6 days a week gym sessions for I don't know how many years, like a lot of years. I've always been like athletic, and now it's just become a structure, like a routine for me. If I just wake up and go straight to the studio, I'm not creative at all. I feel like bummed and depressed and everything. But if I go in the morning, have a workout, and then go to the studio, I feel so much better.
Okay, so it's like a feel good thing in a way, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's almost like an OCD for me, man. It's it's pretty crazy, but it makes me feel really good.
I feel you on that one because I just started like getting into the gym and that.
Yes.
The sessions kill, but then afterwards, it kind of leaves you on this high,
Exactly. Yeah.
and then it just creates a good vibe for like the next part of the day. If that makes sense.
Exactly. How do you feel like? Do you perform better in the studio when you've gone to the gym? What haven't you noticed?
Yes and no, because some like it depends. If I go to the gym really early in the morning, like super early,
Yeah.
then my day in the studio is gonna be a lot better. But
Yeah.
if I go to the gym late and I push it really hard, then by the time I come back, I'm kind of like dead. I need to chill for a while. Then I can go.
Yeah, of course. I definitely feel you on that one.
But it has to be really early in the morning. And it doesn't even have to be gym. Like, it could just be any exercise. So for a period in lockdown, I was running every morning. And that was really helpful.
Yes.
Just like, I think it's just moving, honestly. Just getting into the habit of moving.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I preach. Like, I preach exercise upon everyone who writes me about training and stuff like that. Just move, go for a walk, do anything active.
Yeah, because I mean, like, we're sitting down for long hours of the day anyway. So,
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, you got to switch it up a bit.
Exactly. Yeah, I found myself a couple years ago just like getting back pains, shoulder pains, just from like sitting like this, crouched in front of a computer all day. And that's when it really hit me, like, okay, really got to work on like my rear delts, work on the posture, everything. And it's just been keeping it up ever since.
Yeah, man, for sure. Um, and I know like you're big on your health foods and stuff like that, your diet.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah,
What's
I'm very much a foodie.
Oh yeah. Nah, same here, man. Right now I'm on this like this crazy diet that
What are you
goes with the
doing?
gym. So I signed up for like a personal trainer to basically help me to just get me started in the gym again. But he's got me on
Gotcha.
this super low, what's it, caloric? I don't know how to say
Yeah.
it. Calorie deficit. And
Yeah,
it's
okay,
like
yeah.
the worst meal plan of all time, but it's at this point it's just like fuel in it. It's not even food,
Calorie
it's just like
deficits suck,
fuel.
definitely.
100%, man. But
So
yeah.
what does he have you like on specific meals? Like does he write out like 200 grams of broccoli, 200
Yeah.
grams of chicken?
Yeah, literally.
Oh
So
shit.
so it's literally like, all right, so I'll give you an example. The
Yeah.
first meal would be like 40 grams of protein powder, 70 grams of oats, and milk. You mix it up, eat that. And then the second
Yeah.
meal will be like 200 grams of tofu, 100 grams of spinach, and half an avocado. And that's it for that
Gotcha.
meal.
Yeah.
And then the next one will be basically the same thing, but maybe instead of the tofu, switch it out for sausage or like another protein
Yeah,
source.
of course. Yeah.
And
That's
that's it.
that's
That's it.
brutal, man. So low carb, low everything. Oh,
Bro, no carbs. Apart from the oats on training day, that's it.
yeah, exactly. Damn. I hate to break it to you, but right now I'm doing like 5-10 grams of carbs a day, I think. I'm eating so high carb right now.
Damn. So what, are you trying to like bulk up in that?
Yeah, I've been bulking up for almost 2 years now.
Oh,
So
okay.
I've been training my metabolism as well. So right now I'm like my maintenance is around like 3,400 calories.
Man.
So I can eat a lot without gaining any weight now, which is great. Back in the day, I
Yeah.
used to like only be able to eat 2,000 something calories, and I would like gain weight so easily, but in the wrong places, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been bulking for almost 2 years now, trying to put on some weight.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's good, man. I mean, that's the more enjoyable way.
exactly.
Being able to eat loads instead of like cutting shit out, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Because I used to do diets like you're doing right now, and I got so sick of it.
Yeah.
So I just like agreed upon myself, like, dude, just take the time, train the metabolism, take a couple years, and now I'm like so deep in it that I'm really enjoying diet life. So I can basically eat almost whatever I want now.
Wow. See, that's the level
Yeah.
that I got to try and get to,
Yeah,
man.
exactly. You gotta get there, man. Definitely.
Yeah, man, for sure. But yeah, so yeah, and I've been watching your Instagram stories. I sound like a stalker.
No.
But obviously, like you started to build like your own studio now, your own house and that. What was the decision to move from your other place and like build your own thing?
Yeah, so it's a bit of a story, but 7 years ago, I invested in an old apartment here in Copenhagen. And then it actually like rose in value over the 7 years, and I earned a lot of money from selling that apartment. And I was having the apartment rent, and then I was renting a studio on the side. And you know how studio rents are; they're so expensive.
Yeah, 100%.
And then I figured out that I could actually sell the apartment, cancel the lease on the studio, and I could buy a house and still live and pay less money than I would with the apartment and the studio. So I sold the apartment, canceled the studio lease, and I bought this house that I'm sitting in right now in Copenhagen.
Yeah.
It's like 110 square meters, and I'm building a studio in it as well. And I'm living cheaper than I would in my small apartment in my small studio. It's so weird.
Nice, yeah. That's sick.
Yeah.
And
So
you're literally just constructing everything from scratch.
yes, I am. Like It's partly that I don't have the money to pay someone to like do an entire house because that would be so expensive. But my father is also like really, really good at construction. So
Okay,
we've
yeah,
been
that's
just
good.
like, yeah, and he's a bass player and he's super hit by COVID. So he hasn't had a show for like 3 months now, and he's just been working here for me full time, just building a house. So we've
Nice.
been having like a father son thing, building a whole house, building a
Yeah,
studio, and yeah, it's been crazy.
nice, man. So did you literally like sit down and be like, I want this to look like this to look like this, and just build it like straight how you wanted to build it?
Almost, yeah. I mean, there was some financial stuff. Like I had to keep in mind to keep the cost low with every room here. But the studio was the one room where I wanted to splurge. So like it's still being constructed right now, but I got like the acoustic panels in the sides. I'm getting custom desks and like custom ceiling and a lot of custom stuff here. So this is definitely the room where I splurge.
Yeah, yeah. Man, I did well, not the same thing because I didn't construct or anything, but like I got an apartment like in January time, and literally the whole apartment was more or less empty apart from the studio. The studio was like the only thing that was like that has everything, like that's where I put all
Exactly.
my
Yeah.
focus, man. Because I guess
Yeah,
like that's the
exactly.
most important thing, innit? Once you have the studio nice, then
Exactly. So
that's
do you
it.
have neighbors in the apartment?
Yeah, I do, but surprisingly enough, I've never got any complaints.
Really? I mean, you play pretty loud, I guess.
Yeah, like I play loud, but I've never had any problems at all. And
Crazy. That's
I
wild.
mean, I've got acoustic panels, but they don't. It's not like like having thick sound absorbers or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. I
It's
mean,
it.
even though you do have acoustic treatment, you should still be able to hear
Yeah,
it through the walls, but that's you're blessed, man.
yeah.
Definitely.
Maybe my neighbors are just super passive and they don't say nothing, but yeah,
Maybe.
man. But I was thinking of doing like what you did, having a separate studio,
Yeah.
um, just to one for I think it. I don't know. I'm gonna test it. Maybe it could improve the productivity having it away from home.
Yeah, it did that for me.
Yeah.
Like the go into work thing every
Hmm.
day definitely improved everything.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. And
Yeah,
two, just if I want to have artists or something like that, I don't have to bring them to the crib. I can take them like, to the studio where it's more professional. And
exactly.
yeah, man. Is that something that you're gonna do in your studio? Do you think that you're gonna have loads of artists in and do that kind of thing?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Mm.
I build it that way, like making it fit like 3 or 4 people in the room. I'm definitely gonna have a lot of artists here.
Nice, man.
Yeah, but still, I live in Denmark, so like not many people want to fly out. So yeah,
Yeah, man. Nah, but isn't Scandinavia? I could be really wrong here, but I know there's a lot of pop producers that come out of
yeah.
Scandinavia, especially like Sweden.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Like they are so big on pop music up there. We're
Yeah.
trying to keep up. We're not as good in Denmark, but like
Hmm.
producer and songwriter wise, Sweden is just killing it. Like Stockholm,
Yeah.
they're just I don't know what it is up there. Like I had a like a writing camp in Stockholm at one point, and
Hmm.
they're just on another level.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is,
When you
man.
look
It's
at the
just
credits on a lot of these big hits, a lot of them are
yeah,
Swedish.
always some like Jävström, Hägerström,
Yeah.
something like Swedish name in there. Always.
Mm.
It's yeah, I don't know what it is, man. They got it up there.
Yeah, man. Some places just have it.
Yep.
Some places just got it. Have you ever worked with other Danish artists who do music just primarily in Danish?
Not really. I like honestly, I took a decision a couple of years ago just to like try not to do anything in Danish at all.
Okay, why is
So
that?
like I I saw the Danish music scene and how small and like competitive it was. And I
Hmm.
thought to myself, like, I got an American manager now. I actually am able to make like my music stand out more than Denmark and like bridge to a wider audience, so to
Hmm.
speak. So I kind of made the decision to just not do anything in Danish. I mean, I did cut some ties there, of course, because I passed on a lot of opportunities, but it's a decision I made and I still stand by it.
Yeah,
So I still pass whenever people ask me to produce stuff for them in Danish.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But
So
yeah, the scene here is very small.
yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Because I mean, yeah, if you do, let's say you was a rapper in Danish or a singer in Danish,
Yeah.
while you may conquer Denmark, that's as far as it can ever go. Because
Exactly. And
there's no other places that speak Danish apart from Denmark. It's very small.
exactly, yeah. That's so true. And like we have like 5 million people here. So say you have a song that
Wow.
blows up, you get like
Yeah.
1 million streams, maybe 2 million, something like
Yeah.
that. So
I'm sure you
like
could probably still kill it in it, like just
of course you
touring
can, like,
Denmark over and over.
yeah.
But
Oh yeah, the touring money is in Denmark though. It's crazy. Like the artists that are actually popping here, they make so much money off touring.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? It's kind of like that across Europe. These
Yeah.
countries which have, so Italy with their Italian rappers or
Yep.
Spain with their Spanish rappers.
Spain is
They're
crazy,
so
yeah.
huge in Spain, but
Yeah.
they're massive, like huge in Spain. Outside, maybe people don't know, but in Spain they're like the gods there,
Exactly, yeah. I mean
like a
Spain
big fish in.
has a little bit more of a crossover thing to like Latin
Yeah,
America, but
true.
like a lot of other countries in Europe it's like that.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, what's your plans? I always ask this, like, what are you looking to accomplish? What's like the a long term goal for you? Yeah, man, what's your goals?
Yeah, so like honestly, one of the goals was to actually invest cleverly to get
Mm-hmm.
to a point where I could have a house with a studio in it. So
Mm-hmm.
like step one accomplished now.
Nice, man. You
So
conquered that
now I
dream.
just wanna exactly. Honestly, now I just wanna like build my audience. I wanna build my brand. I wanna like keep doing splice packs,
Mm-hmm.
tutorials, live streams. Like I wanna do merchandise. I want to
Mm-hmm.
get out touring again. Hopefully, they open up
Hopefully.
festivals next year.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm just at a point right now where I just want to create. I don't want to. I really do not want to think about boxes or fitting into specific like genres and stuff like that. Sorry, I gotta unlock my computer for the recording here. There we go. Still recording. But I'm right now. I'm trying to not fit into anything. I'm trying to not think about okay, I want to make a hip hop record or I want to make a record that sounds like that other record. I'm just trying to create and let things come as naturally as possible, however corny that may sound. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, yeah. Just like whatever happens, happens, I guess. In terms of
Exactly, yeah.
creativity.
Exactly. But yeah, that's definitely what I meant about the creativity part. And also about financials, it's obviously a very rough time right now for all of us. So I gotta think about revenue somehow as well. It's like something you can't deny as a producer anymore, I guess.
Yeah. I
So
mean, a time like this, it kind of makes you rethink your whole strategy because
yeah, definitely.
I'm sure like a lot of, especially in the music industry, like artists can't tour, producers, DJs can't tour, so you have to just look for other revenue streams and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm definitely also trying to think of that and see if I can expand anything somehow.
Have you so just on that creativity thing, have you ever tried just making straight up trap beats or hip hop beats for an artist, or do you always put like a little EDM spin on it just to like have it
Oh
as a
no.
performance?
I've definitely made beats. I signed a publishing deal with Red Bull in the United States 2 years ago. And so over the 2 years, I've worked up a catalog of like 140 something beats.
Okay.
So I've definitely had my beat making producer period where I just
Yeah.
sat down, make 1 or 2 beats every day.
Okay. And how does that work? So does Red Bull go out and try and get rappers on it, or do they distribute it to like TV and stuff?
Yeah, exactly. So They do both actually, and like their main role as a publisher is to try to push my beat out to possibilities. So say I do a folder of trap beats. They send it out to like trap rappers, like, yo, we have this producer, he has beats, blah blah blah, and then they try to like connect the dots for you, so you get like placements somewhere.
Okay, yeah, I got you. Cool, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, if anyone doesn't know where to find you, where can they find you?
Yes, so I am at Fabian Mazur, Mazur, on all socials, on Spotify as well, on Splice. You should look up my name. I have 22 packs on Splice right now. And yeah, a lot of new stuff coming, a lot of songs, a lot of content. Yeah,
Awesome.
look it
man.
up.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming on the podcast, bro.
Of course, dude. Thank you so much for having me. I love the stuff you've been, like, your YouTube channel, the podcast, everything.
Hey,
Definitely
man,
good stuff,
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
You got to keep it up.
100%. And that's about it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. Make sure you leave a comment and a like if you're on YouTube, or if you're on Apple, leave a review. If you're on Spotify, I don't know. Go check out Fabian Mazur. Go check out his stuff on YouTube, on Spotify, on Splice. That's about it for this episode. I'll catch you in the next one.